When you do this drill right here, it's probably better to use a bigger piece of hot dog because the little puppy can see it. So I serpentine the puppy around and I'm throwing that piece of hot dog in there straight, trying to create a straight line into that kennel. It's a straight line that you want, not a crooked one. The whole point of training a retriever is to teach it to go straight. It's not to teach it how to load into a box. There's 10 different ways to do that. This particular prop right here just gives it a place to go to. Okay, and what's really going on here is this is a blind retrieve. It's an inanimate object that's not moving and the dog goes because you tell it to. That's a blind. Now it's the first subtask of many to be able to actually get that task done, but you got to start someplace and this is it. What I'm doing is I'm mimicking that same motion that I do when I send the puppy after a little puppy retrieve. Turning him around in a circle and zoop, go straight. I'm also backing off from this kennel in distance increments. Just because the puppy understands it here doesn't mean he understands it here. Again, you have to teach place in a series of subtasks so that it can understand further away back. Kennel. Okay, I'm chaining the word. Once I've got the little puppy doing it, I'll start calling that word, this action something. In this particular instance, it's kennel. So I chain it by saying kennel, throw the food. Kennel, throw the food. As this training escalates and the puppy starts learning more about the word, I'm going to have him actually going on the word. Kennel. Well, I used up almost my whole hot dog. Come here, girl. Easy, go. Kennel. Okay, this is the next subtask that you want to teach the puppy. Take you a big old piece of food, kennel. Throw it in there, and let her stare at it for a second, and then say the word to her. See, that's not the same as throwing it this way, using that motion to cause her to start. Now she's going from dead still, and you're saying kennel, she's running in there. It's a little bit more complicated. Kennel. Okay, the next step of this little process is you're trying to get this puppy to go on the word. And so to give it a couple of little subtasks to understand that, first I'll take this food and set it in the crate where the puppy can see it and bring it back here a couple of feet, kennel. Let it go in the hole and pick the piece of food up. As you do repetitions, put more distance in between you and the kennel crate until you've backed up far enough, kennel, that the puppy can't see the piece of food on account of the threshold in front of it. So you've escalated to the point that there's no visual and there's no motion involved in the puppy actually doing the response. It's going on the word. After a few days of repetition of this little kennel drill, you ought to be able to get further back, and one of the things that you're looking for as far as reaction of the puppy is, will it lock on the crate? In other words, lean its head forward and go. Now this is a real good thing for a puppy to know how to do, because if you got him to where he's habituated into locking on to targets and he's pushing forward, you've already broke his center of balance to the way that you want him to go, so he's a whole heck of a lot more likely to go that way. Kennel. Good dog. Atta girl. Keep her going. As the distance increases between the dog and the kennel crate, it'll become necessary to have a helper place food in the crate. Just be sure to turn the pup's head away so he doesn't see it placed there. Remember, you want him to go on the word, not the motion. Kennel. Atta girl.